My question for you today is, do you struggle with motivation? Particularly motivation when it comes to the challenges of life and changes that you know that you're facing. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm going to offer something that I hope is useful for you if you do struggle with motivation. My name's Eddie, and Margaret and I are a Mindful Emergence. And our work is to offer simple steps that you can use when you're going through life's transitions. We work with a number of different populations that are in transition, and you can learn more about us. I'll tell you later in the video how you can do that. But back to the topic. So let's talk about motivation. I remember when I was in sales back in the 80s, I would go to these motivational programs, and we would sit in the audience and somebody would come out and pump us up and motivate us to sell. And when I walked away, sometimes I had some tools to use that were helpful, but sometimes it was more just sort of the afterglow, which wore off after a while. And I didn't really have anything that I could focus on that would help me stay motivated in this work that I was doing as a salesperson. Well, I want to tell you about a book that is short and easy, and it talks about motivation on a very, very gut level. And the book is called Man's Search for Meaning by Dr. Viktor Frankl. So this is my copy that I got probably 40 years ago. This is the second edition, which was published in 1970. And it probably cost me about $1.75 or something. So Viktor Frankl is an interesting guy. He was a psychiatrist, I believe, and he was imprisoned in one of the Nazi concentration camps. I don't recall which one it was. It might have been Auschwitz. And what he noticed while he was there under these horrific conditions is that some people survived and some people didn't. And of course, there are certain issues that can contribute to why certain people perish, medical issues and so on. But here's what he learned over the years that he was there. It seemed that the people who survived had a strong reason to survive. There was some kind of sense of purpose. It might have been family that they knew that they needed to go back and take care of, or some kind of vision that they had that they needed to fulfill. But I think it's really true for many of us that whatever success we have in life will often determine on, do we have a sense of purpose? Do we have a motivation? I worked in the field of recovery for many, many years, and going through early recovery and trying to stay clean, stay sober is really difficult. And not everybody makes it, and the results are often tragic, just as they were among the people that were where Viktor Frankl was. And here's what I've noticed over the years. Yes, and I can say this as a person in long-term recovery, I need to do it for me. If I decide I want to get clean because of my sister or my girlfriend or my father, that's probably not going to work. I need to do it for me. But do I have a sense of purpose? Is there something within me, a burning desire, something that I want to accomplish, a motivation to keep me clean through all the difficulties, to help me remain sober in the face of all the challenges? And for someone who's been in active addiction, there can be health issues, family issues, legal issues. Did I say financial? Go on and on and on. How can we stay the course? Motivation can come through having a clear sense of purpose. Margaret and I sent out a survey recently to a number of people, and we asked several questions. And one of the questions was, what stands in the way of self-care? Something that we talk about, she and I, all the time with people that we work with. Such a critical thing, self-care. And one of the responses that kept showing up again and again was motivation. people were struggling to find motivation to practice self-care, something that should seem so natural, so obvious for us to do, but it's not. So if that applies to you, as far as, okay, I need to start exercising, I need to get out in nature, I need to eat healthier, I need to get away from those toxic people that keep showing up. I need to set boundaries with these people and say, you know what? I'm not going to hang out with you any longer. Now, sometimes these are difficult decisions to make, difficult transitions to make. But do we have that burning desire, something that is in front of us, that draws us, that sense of purpose in life, that one thing that's so important? I just had a City Slickers flashback. One thing. Anybody remember that from the movie Jack Palance, Billy Crystal? What is that one thing that can help you stay the course? So back to this book. It's not a big book. Most people could probably sit down and read it in 2 or 3 days. Highly recommend it. Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. And if you want to learn more about what we do, you can go to mindfulemergence.com. That's where our website is. And by the way, the survey that I talked about is on that front page. If you click on the little link, you can get a free toolkit that we're providing with PDF and actually with videos that you can use for self-care. So hope you enjoyed this, and we'll talk to you later.